Yo, so what's good with y'all? I want to welcome y'all back to the channel. This right now this is my second video I'm making. This one's gonna be a little longer than the first one, more so getting more in depth into me and exactly why I decided to start on my channel, my 90 Day Hustle channel. So without further ado, I'm gonna get right into that. So this is gonna be a long timeline, so it's gonna be a long video. It'll be a long timeline. I might jump back and forth, just as stuff come to me as I remember it. So we're gonna start the beginning of 2020. So the beginning of 2020 is my I just was in school. I graduated in the spring of 2020. So I was in school. I went to Georgia Southern. I got my degree in marketing, and my major was in marketing. I had a minor in entrepreneurship. So taking it back then, so like really a little bit before 2020, so like 2019, maybe December, November. That's when we first started hearing about Corona coming into the U.S. and just hearing more about it on a more local scale. As far as before, it was just a global scale, it was just in China. So just hearing about it as far as being in the U.S. So the school's already telling us that maybe this is coming, top of the year. So just be prepared from the standpoint of being in school. But nothing really happened. So we're going to January. School starts, so back at school, everything, class online, everything. And everything's everything, just regular days, going to work, going to class, nothing's changed yet. Then our spring break was in March. And in March, for spring break, I remember I went home. I was going home for spring break. And then, so I came home, and then that like weekend, they sent us, telling us that they were gonna postpone so we had spring break week, and they were gonna postpone the following week just to figure out did they want to bring us back to in-person classes or, keep classes, or have them remotely, just because the virus was, the outbreaks were getting more and more current and there were more happening, and we had a big campus, a big university, so they didn't want all that liability. So had spring break week. Then the following week came back to school, and that week is just not really doing nothing. You're more so just chilling because you don't have no classes. If you have online classes already, then you might have work. But as far as classes that were in person, it wasn't any work for them at the time. So just had that week off. But so just was around chilling, just trying to figure out what they were gonna do exactly. Then they wound up canceling classes in person. So that had to be maybe the start of April that they officially started that. So I wound up staying there a little longer. I stayed I had an on-campus apartment. So eventually they, told us we had to leave. That may be like 3 weeks later. So sometime in April. So I wanted to come back home, finishing the rest of the semester. It was probably like 4 weeks, and the semester left. So I wanted to finish in the last 4 weeks of the semester. And because of COVID, we didn't have, a graduation as far as walking. So that was that. So jumping back a little bit into, I'll get back to that later. So yeah, so we didn't walk. So we had virtual graduation. I mean, it was okay. It was pretty straight. Nothing too major. Just called. I had the virtual thing, so they call your name on the TV, and that was really it. So it really wasn't nothing. So everything was everything. I was a little disappointed about not being able to walk, but it wasn't necessarily, this was out of the control of the school from that standpoint. So it's just something that they had to do, which is understandable. So yeah, so that's May. So graduating in May, and like June, I'm kind of looking for jobs in my field, but not really. Like I'm on LinkedIn looking up just different marketing jobs, and the jobs I'm getting coming back are like like when you go to Walmart and they had the Spectrum people in the back and they're like, hey, what TV provider do you have? It was like jobs like them, but I'm not knowing at the time. But most of them, they're more so commission based. So I'm looking at them and I'm applying to some, and I'm getting like quick responses back. As far as like maybe I'll apply on a Tuesday. On Thursday, I didn't have a second interview, and then they want me to start the following Monday. So stuff like that. So yeah, my dad was like, yeah, that's not the type of job you're really looking for. But it's commission based, and also, that's just not the type of job you're looking for. So that to me was my first attempt at trying to do it like the standard way. The standard way, what I mean by that is just to give like people a timeline of like how college should go as far as getting your degree and then working in your field that you got your degree in. Probably like so freshman year, probably freshman year is just like you figuring everything out. So you finally staying alone. So you got deal with these new responsibilities, and you got to balance your personal life, your school life, and just everything if you work, anything else that comes along with that. So that's your freshman year. So as a sophomore, you should be going to like I said on the normal table. You should be doing like job fairs and just figuring out more types of jobs in your field and the companies in your field, and researching, just getting more so the background information, just to figure out what exactly you want to do, and then figuring out the company that you would like to do that for. Then as a junior, that's when you're trying to build a relationship with the companies. So you want to start applying applications for them. If they come to your school for like job fairs, talking to them, but just building that personal relationship and more so networking with them, so that once you graduate, then you'll be on track to hopefully get a position with them, a full-time position in your field. So that'll be your junior year, and then like the junior summer, you want to do an internship or something. So you get more experience in your field, just so when your resume comes on somebody's desk, it stands out more than the typical. And as a senior, you want to either already have a job secured for once you graduate, or you have it in the motion, or at least you have a direction exactly what you want to do, and you might do another internship, or you just have more direction on what you exactly want to do. But your senior year, you should have pretty much all the pieces together. So getting into my senior year, or getting into just my college career, job fairs and stuff, we always used to, just because I was a business major, we always used to have to go to them just for class. So I would go, but it was just more so going just to say I went for the class. So I really wasn't, I talked to some companies, but I wasn't looking at them as something to do permanently. It was just something to do for the time being. Like, okay, they want me to do a job interview, or to go talk to these people. I go talk to a couple of them, get their business cards. So I was doing different things like that. So I probably did that my 10th, 11th, and senior year. I was never really trying to really get too much into that mindset of just work for somebody, just because I knew coming to college what I wanted to do after college. I knew I wanted to own my own business. So just me wanting that kind of took away from me, putting so much effort into applying for these jobs before I graduate, trying to do X, Y, Z, so that when I graduate I have a position with a company. So then we're gonna jump forward back. So that's like the timeline. So we're gonna jump forward back into while we're in Corona. So that was like May, like I said, I graduated in May, and I was just around, give like a timeline like what I was doing. I really wasn't doing nothing. I was, chilling at the house, hanging out, just doing whatever, more so just enjoying. It was like I was in a limbo of ways. Like I just graduated school, but don't really feel like I graduated just because I didn't walk the stage. I didn't get some of those moments that come with graduating. So it was just like, I graduated on paper, but it really don't feel like it. It's just like I was in limbo. So if somebody like, oh, we you trying to go out, you trying to do this? I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. That graduation money coming in. So I'm just like living. I'm just living really. So I'm doing that, like even going back to the school, visiting, going to hit these final turn-ups, and then so I'm doing that probably June, July. So August. Oh, okay. No, again, I got to jump back. So around the same time I was applying at these other marketing jobs, I had applied at Geico to do. I was got in a business fraternity while I was in school, and they have a relationship with Geico. So I was thinking that was like a layup, more so like, okay, we already had this relationship with the company. I'm applying, I have a pretty good resume, and an interview, I could just do an interview. The one thing that stood out during the interview is, when people would ask me, what are your plans for the company? This is why I was talking to my dad about this. How long do you see yourself with the company? I would say literally, like, okay, you know, by the age of 25, I want to have my own, you know, business. I want to be doing my own thing by 25. I'm 22, so saying that is like 3 years away. And then, you know, my dad was telling me, you know, it might rub people the wrong way just because you don't have, you know, long-term, you know, goals with the company. So they might not want to bring you on, which is understandable. But, I mean, that's just how I feel. I don't, you know, plan on having that with a company, a long-term relationship just because I want to do my own thing. So, like I said, so that was that. I had my interview with them. I mean, it seemed like it went pretty okay as well as it could go. And so they said, you know, about a week later, I got the email back, you know, saying that basically I didn't get the position. But the verbiage in the email really just rubbed me the wrong way. So it was like, you know, unfortunately, you know, we're looking at other candidates basically. But unfortunately was the part that really just rubbed me the wrong way because to me, I'm just looking at it like, who was it unfortunate for? You know, Geico is going to be Geico at the end of the day, and that's cool. So you know, be this billion-dollar company, and, you know, that's just be you. That'll be you for however long, you know, the company is good. But it's not unfortunate for me because you'll always be Geico, but I'll always be me. So once I do what I need to do to get to where I'm going, you know, I'll look at you like, to me, like working for a company just to me stifles like, not just my creativity, but just me as a person. Like the whole 9-to-5 lifestyle to me is just not for me in general. Like I don't see myself as somebody that can, you know, work at this company for 30 years, working 9 to 5, you know, do what I can, but only to a certain level. And then, you know, in 30 years I'll retire and then figure it out from there. Like that's just not how my life is shaped up to be, and also not how I plan to live it either. I don't think that's the way it was written, and I don't think that's not even the path that I'm going. So, so yeah, like I said, that 9-to-5 lifestyle is not for me, just in general. So, when they said the unfortunate, that really just got me off those types of jobs in general. Like I said, with the Geico situation, Geico is always going to be Geico. And that'd be great. They can be, you know, $1 billion, $1 million, $1 trillion company, but that's all they ever be. And how many people are a part of that? You know what I mean? Whereas me, if I go, like I said, take the steps I need to take to get to where I'm going, then I can be just that and, you know, myself. So that's just the way I look at it. So like I said, that unfortunate really just rubbed me the wrong way and it got me off of those type of jobs in general. So